Morning, guys. Hope you can hear me loud and clear. So, I figured out my live stream because that's what we do. We don't accept obstacles. So for those who are new here, my name is Stacey Nduta, and I'd basically describe myself as an acne survivor. So basically what we discuss here is skincare, lifestyle, growth, just trying to get it, just trying to handle this adult life. So today's topic or video was basically inspired by a conversation I had with a couple of people via DM. So the initial one, okay, what happened? Someone commented on someone asked for a dermatologist number via comments, and I made the mistake of suggesting they try Keridam, which is I've mentioned it actually in a previous video. It's usually in town, but she already mentioned that she went there and she had basically the worst experience with them, and they damaged her skin. This is just her perspective of it, so I'm not really bashing them or anything. So I had to post this via stories on Instagram. For those who don't follow me, it's at Stacey Nduta. So it was kind of disturbing that a few more people actually said they also had bad experiences, not necessarily at Keridam, but at skin clinics within town. And it's really disheartening, because you'd expect that if you're going to a skin clinic, the same way you go to like a normal clinic or a hospital, they'll treat you and that, everything will be okay. But for them to do the reverse of what you actually expected, it was really disappointing. But yeah, so today's topic is basically like Kenyan dermatology, not just Kenyan, but just the general scope of seeking professional help when it comes to dealing with your acne. So yeah, we're going to tackle tips. So these are basically a few steps or guiding tips so that you, like when you're going to see a dermatologist or an esthetician or anyone who deals with skincare, what to actually look out for and how to make sure you don't fall into the trap of them not meeting your expectations. And then we'll go through the pros and we'll also go through the cons. So let's start. Dermatologists in Kenya. Okay, for those who are Kenyan, when you go to when you go to town, there are a lot of skin clinics. You have to actually have a keen eye. You'll notice that there are a lot of skin clinics, and you have to be really ukairada. You have to like actually make sure that the person you're going to first and foremost is qualified, because the last thing you want is to go to someone who just opened a quote unquote biashara because they just needed to make money and they're just grabbing products from here and there, putting them on your face and hoping for the best. That's really scary. So please that's the first tip I'll give you. Please make sure the person you're going to see is qualified. Most doctors' offices, they actually provide like their certification on the wall so that okay, yes, given that we do have cases of, what are they called? We do have cases of people like manufacturing their own, what is it called? Their own certificates. Yeah, I mean, there are, but you'd rather go to someone who is qualified than make the mistake of going to some very dingy place because it's cheap. So that brings us to the next tip. Cheap is expensive. Please don't make the mistake of just grabbing the first cheap person who tells you that they have what is it called, that tells you that they have the ability to clear your skin, and then you're like, yes, you are the one who's going to fix this up for me. Like, no, just don't do that. Like I keep saying on this channel, your skin is an investment. Your skin is your largest organ. Your skin is what you'll have like till you die, you know. And the mistake people do is that they expose themselves to so many chemicals at the beginning, like from your, when you start taking care of yourself, usually it's probably around 18, and from 18 to like about 30, people are just putting chemicals maybe to do, you know, all those things that we are told that it will do to you, you know, you look younger. But now when you go past 30, all that you've done, the effects will be seen. So use that to your advantage. So if you're taking care of your skin now, if you're drinking enough, if you're drinking enough water, if you're drinking enough water, are you taking vitamins? Are you eating healthy? Because a mistake that I know sometimes, there's a time I was really heavy on junk food and my face would break out and I'm just like, whatever. But right now I'm very conscious of it, because don't close your eyes and then when things are happening you're confused, you know. You'd rather be conscious of all your choices, of everything that you're putting into your body, onto your face. So yeah, that's basically the whole cheap is expensive bit. Just don't go to someone because they like bargain and tell you, don't go to that person, come, I'll do for you at 3K. If anything, consultation in most places, by the way. Okay, there's a lady I was speaking to, just she DM'd me in the morning. Okay, I know it's still morning, but you get the drift. She was basically saying that for her, she saw the conversation that I'd put up, and she was saying now for her, she went to a dermatologist that her sister referred her to. It's actually the next point. Please work with referrals. It's way easier, because if it's like someone telling you like, go to this person, they'll help you, they've helped me, that makes much more sense, because at least you have like, that's why testimonials and reviews are very important. So back to the story. So she basically explained that for her, after her sister referred her to a dermatologist and she went, she said consultation for that place is about she paid 3K, but the range is basically 2 to 5K. I've asked her for details, so I'll be able to share this on IG later on once she sends them. Yeah. So yeah, basically, just being able to get a referral, and she's saying treatment took 6 weeks, and she managed to clear. She hadn't really told me the extent of her acne, because I know for those who are new here, please check the videos from last year and then tell me like what, you know. So yeah, she didn't tell me the extent of her acne, but she said it actually acne messes with your self-esteem, and people don't get it. People don't understand how heavy having your battle scars on your face is. So yeah, so right now she's really good. She's been acne free for a while. So this video is not to say that dermatologists don't know what they're doing. No, they went to school to know what they're doing. I'm just saying that you need to be really aware that there are cons out here, like there are quacks out there. So these are just tips for you to be able to identify, or rather even be able to evaluate. That's a nice, yeah, to evaluate whether or not the person that you're going to is worth your time and money, and also worth your fees. Because I know you're beautiful or handsome for the men who are watching, but like it's a task to actually give someone the responsibility of restoring something you lost. It's crazy. It's crazy. And then like for the final point in this tips bit, I'll go to the pros and cons. The final point for the tips bit, what I'd advise you is to know yourself. I know it sounds stupid, but when I say know yourself, it means for the people who haven't like been, this is like a continuation in a series for Skincare 101. So for the people who haven't checked the previous videos, I'll put links once I finish streaming this. But the point is, once you know things like, yani umejielewa, you understand your skin type, for example, you know what you react to. You know that people who probably go, and then the consultation itself, that first 2 weeks is just the dermatologist or esthetician figuring out what you're allergic to, what you can't use, what's the cause of your acne. These base questions can help eliminate. It's the same when you go to the doctor, they ask you what's wrong, and you know what's wrong. You tell them the symptoms, you tell them when it started, you tell them what triggers it. All those things are really, really important for you to be able to actually not fast hasten the process, but more so make sure that they are not doing trial and error. They have all the facts, right? Because now when you understand that and you know yourself, it's easier. So that's for the tips bit. So now we go on to the pros and cons. Everything has pros and cons, and I'll keep seeing this disclaimer: nothing that works for you will work for everyone. So personally, I haven't gone to a dermatologist yet. I mentioned previously that I would go to a dermatologist, but only for like a chemical peel. But that's probably around June. I just want to make sure that, I've restored my tone and everything. So by the time I'm going for a chemical peel, it's actually, you'll see the difference, like y'all will see the like, hey, you won't breathe. I'm tapumwa once I do that chemical peel, but it's easy. I'm messing with you. So pros is that these people have specialized and they know things that you don't know. Like, yes, I took time to actually research, find out all these things that I'm sharing with you now. But now, if obviously going to someone who's knowledgeable, who's an expert, who actually practices it and has been practicing that, taking care of people's skin and helping them clear their acne, it's actually going to be really, really, really effective, because they've already like figured out a bunch of things. They'll probably show you a few shortcuts, and yeah, you'll just be more knowledgeable and spots basically. And then you knowing yourself, like understanding what's causing your acne, the mistakes that probably you did, and the things you reacted to. Now when you combine those things, what happens is that you actually, what is it called, you actually get to get the results, the actual results, because now this person has is actually just applying what, like is applying what, it's like a very good fusion. And the equation and the equation is that you get your end result, which of course is your skin goal. And I'll keep saying that because I don't want to keep imposing my own skin goal on you, because something I've come to understand, everyone has different goals in life, even when it comes to skincare. Some people, their focus is probably like, I'll keep saying this, for me right now is my hyperpigmentation, and then probably after that I'll be able to like focus on, I usually have these eye bags, especially when I'm just working, like, okay, not that I've just woken up, but I woke up at 7, but like, you see, but they disappear because now my eyes are like wider during the day. TMI. Anyway, so yeah, they specialize in that, so they'll help you, which brings us to the second pro, which is it is way quicker. Like that lady, for her to tell me she managed to clear her acne and her acne scars within 6 weeks, I'm like, that's impressive, because you guys, like, most of the videos I uploaded were from partly 2018, 2019, and then now summer 2020. So you see, it's been like a journey for me to actually figure out everything and know what's working, what's not working. So yeah, it's definitely going to be quicker. I'm going to a dermatologist, but of course it's not actually quicker in terms of going to I'm saying quacks because, you know, there are cons out here. You just have to be really careful and smart about it so you can use those guiding tips I gave at the beginning. So the cons are, if you do encounter a quack, the damage is permanent. So like the lady I mentioned who went to carry down her, actually there were two ladies, and then they were saying like the damage, now they're trying to help themselves, and I had to give the first lady like a regimen that worked for me when I accidentally almost bleached myself using carotene. Carotene is known for bleaching, and I didn't know that. Imagine, being a rookie is dangerous. You just expose yourself to chemicals, and then now I had to like reverse the effects, because what it was doing, I noticed it was making my cheeks lighter, and I'm like, I no. And it was a soap. So what I had to do, I had to get, for those who are experiencing like damage, a good way to reverse it is using tea tree oil. Of course, if you're using concentrated, make sure you have a carrier oil. The other item, sorry for that. The other item you can use is aloe vera gel. Especially, I'll put links in the description once I edit this. But yeah, it's specifically by these guys. They're called Chef Chef Naturals. It's a Kenyan brand. The aloe vera gel is pretty amazing. It's clear, very refreshing, and then it creates some sort of tightening mask around your face. So it's a really good toner in case you're going through damage and you're trying to fix that. And then the other con, the cons and pros are like few, but yeah, the last con is basically finances. Like I mentioned, consultation alone ranges from 2 to 3K, and then when you go down to the treatment, like I mentioned, this clinic, what are they called? The cosmetics that, you know, they do the Hydra, it's called Hydra facial, yeah. So like for that, some time back it used to be 15K a session, and you need 3 sessions. And then recently, I think they actually upped it to some amount, you know, because inflation, government tax, there's so many reasons. But yeah, skincare in the professional world may seem expensive, but like I said, you have to like invest in that. It's you just have to invest in something, because if you actually calculate how many products you're using just to clear something and then undo the damage work of the previous product, and just that ugly cycle, you're probably using the same amount. So if you can actually just narrow down your product list and then start putting aside cash based on your income. So for example, if you earn monthly, if you earn weekly, if you earn hourly, you can be able to just put aside a certain amount and then set a date, and you're able to actually go for that specific consultation or go for whatever specific item you have in mind. So yeah, those are basically my guiding tips, pros and cons. And I really hope this like helped you guys, because for the longest time I had a phobia for dermatologists, but right now, in hindsight, I'm actually comfortable with the idea of going to one. I just need to make sure I, of course, use the guiding tips I've given you, and of course, be really also mindset, just making sure that I'm not going there expecting the person to like ruin me. So yeah, thank you so much for joining this live stream. I'll be trying to do more live streams now that I've figured out why they were in the way, or rather they were blocking me from, you know, catching up with you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye.